Welcome to Lesson 8B of the Soft Poetic Muse Glam Masterclass. We are stepping into environments with different lighting, different lenses, and different demands, and the rule for these higher visibility settings is strict. Higher visibility requires better calibration, not harsher makeup. Look at this topographical diagram of a face. Under normal circumstances, we see texture and softness up close. But the moment you introduce a camera lens, the physics of perception change. The lens flattens color and dimension into a two-dimensional plane. Continuous video lighting catches and exaggerates every point of shine. And dim evening light swallows natural contrast entirely. These environments change what your makeup needs to do, but your core aesthetic identity stays exactly the same. Your satin skin, high blush, and warm eyes must remain stable. We are simply pushing those specific features back into focus to survive the environment. Mastering high visibility makeup is an act of counteracting environmental distortion. You are not painting on a completely new, heavier face. This chart shows the intensity ladder. We scale a routine safely by using this framework. Elevating your makeup simply means turning the dial up on 3 specific variables: color visibility, structural definition, and wear time. Notice what is missing from that list. A common reaction to formal events is to panic and immediately reach for thick black liquid liner, icy highlighters, or heavy baking powders. We categorize those under harshness. Piling on dense product distorts your natural balance. True sophistication in an elevated routine comes from adding architectural clarity. A fuller glam look requires precision, not aggression. Let's apply this to the social media soft glam routine. A phone camera aggressively washes out the face. A look that feels perfectly balanced in your bathroom mirror will read as underdone on a screen. To register properly, you must increase your blush placement, bring in more glow, and dial up your lip plushness. This side-by-side illustrates where generic makeup trends fail. Heavy geometric contouring and pale beige lips overwrite your identity. By sticking to soft, blended peach rose tones, you amplify your natural warmth instead of masking it behind a trend. Now, shift the context to a professional or graduation photo shoot. The lighting is stronger and the viewing time is much longer. A trendy, high-gloss look distracts the viewer. Here, the objective is composure and credibility. For professional photos, you calibrate for longevity and structure. You prioritize a long-wearing satin finish, carefully powder the T-zone, and add soft upper lash line definition. You entirely avoid unpredictable lip glosses or icy highlights that can catch a flash and ruin a portrait. Social media allows you to lean into romantic amplification. Professional lenses demand a controlled, polished finish, so the viewer focuses on your achievements, not the texture of your makeup. The constraints change again for on-camera or news anchor environments. Here, you are in continuous motion, speaking directly under harsh, bright studio lighting that actively hunts for and exaggerates any instance of shine on your skin. If you bring social media glow into a video setting, this is what happens. Unchecked shine becomes a massive distraction. For video, you must heavily control your gloss and highlight. Your face needs to serve as a stable, matte backdrop that supports your verbal communication, rather than fighting against it. Stepping away from the studio and into a romantic evening completely reverses these rules. Dim, low lighting softens your natural contrast. This environment safely allows you to reintroduce warmth, intimacy, and a touchable glow. The instinct here is often to apply a heavy evening smoky eye, but harsh, dark makeup recedes in the dark, completely hiding your softest features. Using warm bronze depth instead of black pulls your features forward and catches the ambient light. Moving from a brightly lit desk to a candlelit dinner is an exercise in light management. You lock down reflection to maintain professional credibility, and you release it to invite personal intimacy. This brings us to the full, soft Poetic Muse Glam strategy. Think of this visual blueprint as combining everything we've covered. Foundation evens, concealer refines, bronzer warms, and blush lifts. It is a sequence of intelligent, subtle refinements. The critical boundary here is thickness. Full glam means absolute structural completion. It does not mean thick layers or heavy carving. When executed correctly, the layers compress into a single, seamless plane. A complete face requires dozens of micro-calibrations. Ultimate polish is achieved through harmony, not density. The most common failure point in an elevated routine has nothing to do with application. It happens when you execute a beautiful makeup look but deploy it in the wrong physical context, like wearing a high-shine evening gloss directly under news anchor lights. We call this context literacy. Look at this decision chart. It maps out the logic. It is your ability to read an environment and diagnose its physical demands before you even pick up a brush. Run through an active interrogation. Will I be filmed? Will I be speaking? Is the lighting unpredictable? Do I need this look to project credibility, or do I need it to feel romantic? Every environmental question connects to a physical solution. If you are on video, you increase your powder for control. If you are posting to social media, you increase your blush for visibility. If you are sitting in dim evening light, you increase your warmth. Selecting an elevated routine is an active, analytical decision. You are taking makeup from a passive morning habit and turning it into an intentional tool for nonverbal communication. Finally, perform a mirror check. Ask yourself, is this look visible enough for the lens? Is the shine on my skin controlled? And most importantly, does the face in the mirror still authentically look like me? These are your master rules. Always match your intensity to your physical environment. Remember that fuller glam requires full refinement, and never substitute harshness for calibration. Even with a perfect strategy, application errors happen. In the next module, the Troubleshooting Clinic, we will learn how to diagnose and calmly fix those mistakes. Elegance in high-stakes environments does not come from hiding behind a heavy mask. It comes from bringing your authentic identity into perfect, context-aware focus.